them not they go. Say baby stand by me. Now like times where the mind worry, you get back. Show me say you ready, you steady, you ready. You know the one for me. I see I just let you know that the only come water. You know the one where don't make me feel better. Now me and you together forever. Cause together we go stronger. Together we go last much longer. So stand by me. Stand by me, my baby boo. Yeah, yo, come on, stand by me. The president also tell you ain't by me. I want to put that smile on your face, put a ring on your finger, me angel. Come on, stand by me. The president also tell you ain't by me. I want to put that smile on your face, put a ring on your finger, me angel. They get me, you and me. Anything we they do and legally. Now we go make a shopping for you nicely. All you tell us they go check where you dress properly. I man never give you one love like it is properly. Finally, you take me to your mommy and daddy, put the ring on your finger, let them know say me a serious. Wicked ragged special, you know say me a curious. Anything you want, I go give you to you precious. You love me, no me God, tell you to say you love me. By the time with the passes, people and the laugh. People that talk say this love no go last. But you stand by me. Because you did not first class, baby. The man will go make you right see class. Man will go match you class. As you say love fast money, stand by me. People and talk but you still stick to me. How I gonna make you glad? Tell me how I gonna make you happy, mommy. You know the one most pretty, the baby. And the one for no. So baby steady, the bubble show. And the one for no. I say I just let you know that the only comforter. You know the one where don't make me feel better. Now me and you together forever. Together we go stronger. Together we go last much longer. So baby stand by me. Stand by me, my baby boo. Come on, stand by you, stand by me. Your president also say you ring now you finger me. Come on, stand by you, stand by me. Your president also say you ain't by me, girl. I want to put that smile on your face, put a ring now you finger me.
Okay. So, una welcome. You want from X along before. Do you allow we share and tag with party them, okay? When I know interim government they load, I be telling I say SLPP and APC no better. Also, so in this presentation, I get two parts. Okay, I get the first part where I will talk about between 45 minutes to an hour. We get for deal with Sierra Leone and Africa. Okay, and then after that, I get the other part where I dey talk to the West, particularly the British and the Americans, okay? Because now then they lead the European Union. So the Western countries will comprise of almost all European nations. They need Africa, okay? They need Africa. And we serve no other continent, no other geopolitical group, not in the world where Africa need reach the West. Okay, so I can explain that relationship and why make because of distrust. Okay, for every European interest, Africans largely they think say they are exploitative. We get for do with the past also, and because of that, then serve the intellectual class. You can take this from me. Then way they listen, then therefore watch this video and interpret what they say and probably transcribe them. Okay, and I'm saying this. Then self, like how no more it in our mind. I don't mingle with the all kinds of people. One of the reasons we make I form this company. Okay, now before make I before go into the society and deal with the typical European mindset. Because me and African don't understand how we they think as Africans, whether the person is Senegal, whether it is Sierra Leone, whether it is West Africa, whether it is East Africa. I'm a typical African. Okay, so I know who we are and what we are made of. I can tell you every economy in Africa, the problem we didn't get. You go to Nigeria right now, then they fight for minimum wage because the cost of living far outweigh the income where people they make. Not so, but what thing go make them fix Nigeria? They not sabi. Okay, so you will get what we call political merchants. Then they're all over Africa. We can explain that relationship there. Okay, and what we need for do for more make sure say that distrust whether between we and the West, how we go bring and come to an end. Okay, and that get for largely deal with colonialism, slavery, right? And we lead us them way within a power. With grandpa then with papa the Robert Mugabe then group, the Kwame Nkrumah then group, right? I've explained this too many times. Also, what they do and the pathway they put we and the rhetorics over decades and decades and decades. They say born the young picking and pass the tradition, then pass the mindset. So here, I can bet you every European mindset thinks say black people want for bring them come down. It doesn't matter even when you are telling them in the context of your background. Also, say we can work together. I don't really want to bring you down. Also, but I need you. You self need me. How we go work together? You understand? Eh? It's gonna take us time, and that now the problem we want for solve. Where can't pass along, forget it. You're not in Africa where you will for fix the economy. You get political merchants. You go to South Africa, political merchants. You go to Kenya, as I talk to you, the William Ruto go, the Gen Z group, they get young people, millennial, like where Obama be activate the young people for coming to politics. You go down to Kenya, they just don't pass the finance bill today where they overburden the people with tax. Also, you go na every country in Africa, the tax base na in too small. You ask the president, how do you enlarge the tax base? How do you put people to work? To put people to work, na policies. I put people to work every day. When I say I start a company, not to say na money na be my problem. No, if I really wanted money, I would have been out of America. I was just talking to my small brother. So maybe they talk, I say I don't have for dinner America, right? I can do better things with my life. Not do for $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 per month. No, that's not the reason why I'm here. I'm here because that relationship now we need for fix. Okay? So it's gonna take time. I knew it's gonna take time for my able build relationship with them who will go able for work together. So they can't talk about that one day. Okay? So now come back to Sierra Leone. I've been telling say Samora Kamane be president. Anybody where they waste in time behind Samora, you understand? Now idol. Samora will never be president. Maada Bio is the last president where Salon they get from SLPP. Mina Mende. I'm a typical Mende. All man them where they are Maada Bio. Na mi bobore. They are my boys. People say na for me ponga be spokesperson to Maada Bio. Maada Bio in the time I left Maada Bio na be the time where they go talk na BBC. Just before they go talk na BBC where address we talk about free education also. Paul Bachibinga they ask him because the guy is empty. Now maybe you should do all them policy work for there. No, so even chief minister position, na me say no constitutional get provision for prime minister. So you need somebody where they coordinate government activities, where in the center, because this minister and that other minister then feel say they're equal. No, so you need somebody where get that authority when the president is saying at this, because the president basically not really they run the day-to-day activities of the state. Now the chief minister now you're supposed to run the day-to-day activities. So in they make appointments, you see this person, you see this departmental head, they say why this is going this way, this is my idea, this is what I intend to do, this is what then go do them. Also, so when they go do the ministry responsible, they don't Ministry of Agriculture don't work on the project, they get for go launch. in timetable, the slot and they say when at this day president's available, go launch her. If the president get for travel, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Trade don't put some investment meetings overseas, so the president need for go, then they put her. Foreign affairs get meetings where the president need for go attend because of we international obligations. Then they slate the president. That's the job of the president. Preside over cabinet, policies, so then then decide who that for go do what. So that's how Maada Bio they go. How can you go say you want to bring free education to people? Paul Bachibinga they ask her. So how many picking ending at the country? So before you go, you get for him for watch with statistics, Ministry of Education. How many picking them with the school at that year? Another year day. The previous year, how many picking them did they? They go like 5 years down and then go up to 6 years into the future. That you project, then you go to your birth and death rate. How many picking away they born for the year? How many? What's in our death rate? We picking them death rates, so you able for project say if we born about 300,000 picking them or 3,000 picking them at this country every year. So that means then you look at how many percent they die. And then that percent, when they reach 5 years, they're supposed to go to school. So 5 years from now, you expect for add this number of picking onto you budget way you get for pay school fees, how many schools that you get for bill. But Maada Bio is empty. Maada Bio cannot give you what he does not have. He doesn't have it. So then they for able to tell you how many teachers that you need, how many buildings that you need for construct, the birth rates now each district, each chiefdom that you able for know say in the next 3 years the birth rates at which this chiefdom here they born picking them, they need a school. So if in the next 10 years this particular chiefdom needs school, in the next 5 years this particular village then go need school. Also, because if they born about 22 picking in that particular town, village town every year, so that tells you in 5 years how many picking go down there, about 100 and something also. So therefore they need a school where you able to say okay, ABC village, then say they born APC picking, ABC village they born so ABC picking, and also these are things where policy experts then be supposed to put together for, and also now that they not do 90 flop. So I will come. I be don't quiet, but I go for card. I go for the card regularly. I go even explain to people, expose. Senge just the milk Maada Bio. He's empty-headed, right? I can explain that all way for the capture about that one. So Samura Kama, okay. Then APC social bloggers then said I intend for guide them. I will get for can reach out to them because now they don't come to the pathway I want for say until we get an int in government. Anybody tell you say SLPP good na tribalist. Anybody wanna tell that person say any Sierra Leone will say he believe in SLPP. Na tribalist. They only see good in many people. Anybody will tell you say APC na good party, na tribalist. Yeah, na people will just believe in the Timni, Limba, local northern agenda. Also, and we all na one. Okay, just like your body part, you will assume say you heart na mende, and therefore without your heart you cannot live. So you feel say your heart now make up the country na mende, then get the country and then get so then you come to the belly. Then the team feel say yes na we they contain the food you got so without you enable you not go for breathe. So therefore we self now we get salon. So you get the local where they serve something at the hand. You get the limba the way go say nothing at the mouth. If you don't get mouth, you don't go eat, you go die. So you get the full at the way go say okay, we serve now the nose. So if you not there, you don't go for breathing, they die. So then you get the madingo the way go say we at the eye. So you need all of those body parts. You need all of those tribes. Then groups them. Okay, for able for function very well for making able for pull the country from poverty. Also, and I make way for pulling country from poverty. So I will talk about way we come to the West, because things in the way as Africans we need for work on. Okay, we will talk about every country, every people forget to call a belief system. So the belief system where we get now in wrong. How do we build a new belief system as a people, as a Sierra Leone, as a country? How we build a new system, belief system as Africa? No, so because we on belief system will get as Sierra Leoneans them, now that if many of them for survive, then team need them for perish. If team need them for survive, many them for perish. No, so when you come now the continental stage, that's what we believe in. That if Africa for make progress, no, so the West therefore perish, and the West don't for perish. Team need not supposed to perish because many they need for live. Many they not supposed to perish because team need for survive. No, so and at the same language, whoever will tell the West say, una existence no mean say Africa for perish. No, so just like we Africa, we don't want to make una perish or make us survive. But we believe say the sky, and I make God with all with diversity, with all with culture. No, so and me not possible, I can always say, me not to European, me not Africa, man. Doesn't mean I don't like Europeans. I love them. No, so now European country are they. Now they make are able for survive every blessed day. No, so are they able for drag among them. No, so find me livelihood among them. No, so if they were not doing well, I wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't survive here. No, so the same way a woman survive doesn't mean we all need for be one. No, so there is that God gets easy. Why make Chinese, he make Africans, he make Russians, he make Americans. No, so but we for able for make sure say we all able for live together. And I make the sky so big that no matter with diversity, God in sky cover we all. No, so no matter with diversity, God in sun they shine over we all. Whether you're not Limbati, local Mende, whether you're not French, you're not Japanese, we all. No, so that's my own belief system. So there is a belief system where we need forget as a country. No, so and I can tell any APC, anybody tell you say Maada Bio sincere and a lie. The guy is a wretched ignoramus, is a wretched thief. He has nothing to offer. No, so Samura Kama, if white people like Mohammed be president, okay, where did they go to do with you? When they talk, Samura Kama, you are so stupid, man. Like no more, you not fine for watch, man. No, so the man is not even presentable, you don't get that charisma. That's so in attitude, everything but negative, man. Also, if the West, whoever way they think about Samra, they tell you say 2028, you'll be president, he's lying. Okay, then they fool you. First of all, 2028, also, people when they grow up, generations they grow up. Also, 8 years down the line, and Escoma be in power. You know, remember say Senga go be chief minister. No, so you know, remember say Siba go be minister of information. No, so their generation they grow and then go outgrow you. And system they change, dynamics they change. And young people, there's a trend of young people. In fact, the next revolution will take place in Africa, right across Africa, what they see where they don't start now. The young people, when they call the Gen Zs, okay, the Gen Zs. If you go now, man, just see.
Now we'll get back to that story a little bit later on. Occupy Parliament protest held on Tuesday and those that continue today in Mombasa seemingly herald a new era in the history of anti-protest. Now, these strategies used to rally support and manage protesters differed sharply from what we are accustomed to. Yesterday, mass action was led by young, tough, tech-savvy, informed and assertive Kenyans, contrasting with past protests associated with opposition leader Raila Odinga. Various leaders have come out to support the Gen Z's demonstration, as Grace Nganga reports.
They are popularly known for taking over the social media scene, showcasing the latest dancing trends, using the space for influencer marketing. But little did we know there is something more in them. Tuesday, Kenyans were shocked following the new crop of fearless youth who stormed the capital, Nairobi, with placards chanting for their rights, demystifying the stereotype that protests only belong to a certain age. This time, the opposition, led by Raila Odinga,
So before, now the political class, Raila Odinga, also, we na ODM, where they form coalition, always they fight against either Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto, when I will Ruto and the president now, not so. But now they will the council. Okay? Sometimes I can listen to Maada Bio. Not because what they say makes sense to me, but it shows me the mindset of the one that really write for him, the one that really feed them, the one that really take care of them. They're always in that group. They're all in mindset. No, so it gives me an insight for my mass what they think. And then within that context, I look at SLPP, what they do, and then we put a strategy together. Okay? So now then they move away from APC, which is what I want. Also, I tell people that says tripartite not to bring Samurai Kamana power. The political class, I don't tell you now this. 4 or 5 years ago, I say APC SLPP, the last, when they reach the end of the road, they must come to one. Okay? They must come to one. The political class therefore come to one. APC SLPP, then therefore come to one. You know why? The country, they drift from their control. Okay? What I say? The country, they drift from their control. And I tell people that until I give up the hope, the country will always drift out of Maada Bio. Because some of us, now the few young educated guys, were refused for being recruited by we papa them. What do I see? We daddy them. No, so I get me age group there. One post today, once I come live, when I go watch the first comment, na me cousin, me mama is small sister in boy picking. He make a comment. In papa na the deputy commissioner na anti-corruption. That's my uncle. Also, but I refused to be recruited by him or through him for that agenda. No, so because that is the old politics, that Kamajo, we against Obayanda. Also, so now them people they always know like the anti-Maada Bio function. Don't realize it. Samora then I played them, they played it. Also, America went through the same with the Donald Trump. 30 days in effect, they fight that thing there. Because America and the senior senators then get America. Now then they represent their state interest. So with all those politics, when they say particularly the Shiite group, the Muslim Shiite group, want for bring them come down. So now then Shiite countries them where George Bush be declared as axis of evil. Also, because they want to make sure say they take over the oil supply and exchange oil for different currency than the US dollar. They want to bring the dollar down. And if they bring the dollar down, so at international level, you're an international forex dealer. You sell forex to people who go buy oil na Qatar, na Saudi Arabia, then they go buy oil, na Iran, also na Iraq, na Kuwait. So you are transacting probably $1 trillion way every year. Now, one day you wake and say they don't need that dollar for exchange again. So what do you do with that $1 trillion? Where did I be they sell? Nobody wants it. No, so what do you do that dollar day? You find other buyers where they sell to. No, so and that then buyer then they already get current sellers. So the only way you go attract them from their seller day to you as a from the other seller to you your point of sale now for make you able to bring down the price, the exchange rate. No, so and when they flock to you, what happens? That other seller said they notice say they don't lost ABC customer then
was not needed in the typical,
and then instead of bring in price down for make then when they don't come to this seller for men and go back. Also, so in the space of a week, I can tell you say the dollar will worth nothing. Okay, that's the main reason. All the weapon of mass destruction where they say Saddam Hussein gets, those are all the pretexts for make them able for go make sure so they scatter them. Okay, that's the scatter the forex traders. Also, so coming back to Samara Kama, if the West wanted you to be president, in the first place, they wouldn't have allowed Maada Bio for thief the election that you want. I can bet you. Why would I allow somebody the question don't answer? Somebody can take my mobile phone, they run away with her, only for me to chase her down the street. They haul up a thief. I wouldn't allow it. No, so because of that, that's why people then they even sleep, then get the moat, then they put steel doors. No, so make sure say the lock is so secured. Why? Because in the first place, they don't want anybody to come and steal from them. So if anybody tell you say Samuraga for Kana power, tell her say they lie. No, it's man, no America, Britain, no this, you don't Maada Bio go make some card winner black and white. Take the election, move from the normal parliamentary contest, constituency contest, it can't begin to tell you in a proportional representation. Take bulldozing way in a parliament. No, so take the election and they can't begin to effect na matter for Maada Bio for can't you? Na lie. Okay? So we're moving the country from the old folks. You know why? It ain't in the interest of Europe. It ain't in the interest of the West. America, Britain, for many move the country from the old folks because the old folks are still tied to that anti-West feelings. I didn't see independence. Then young people then where they come on the street now Kenya, no see Mau Mau. All the generation, all the one over there life will see Mau Mau. Till today, that affect their psyche. No, so now they don't hold the continent to ransom. So for make progress, you get for able to allow new generation, the younger generation, for take over because they will be less motivated by colonialism. A story that they hear. Like when I hear my mom talk about 1960, she was 6 years old. 1970, she was 16. Also, so all the things that might happen and they shape their childhood just after independence, shape their childhood. Where you go to, just tell like where you listen. Anytime you listen, 40 years, just listen 40 years, because he was a young man when APC and SLPP be the fight in the 60s. 30 day any time once he open mouth, half of in time where they talk now about how SLPP rigged the election 1967, what did they do, where they overthrow Shaka Stephen Kai, NRC can restore, then Hinganoma Kai overthrow, then come one bring one party system. Because that is what shaped his childhood. Watch, anytime Samabanya open his mouth, he talk in one right. Everything he's gonna talk is about how APC 1967 they conduct election, then can go to them, then go kill them, then spread the blood. They say na Motaman then, this, na that. That is what his mind is gonna be occupied with. Also, so now the young people then, you go to Kenya, you go to Nigeria, and they take a hold. We don't can a salon, no so. Now they don't begin so. So now, the one that will support APC, now then first don't decide say now they know they support them papa there. Also, they don't know say them papa then their hand they on the country with APC we men they papa there. Right? We don't papa them, they don't papa them. No so you go watch Yuzu Keke Toma in papa. Now the thief Gavi fund money where they can go na court. The Ozaina Bangura them, Dr. Kizito down them. He was Keke Toma in papa na America doctor or dispenser or so. Now them be they in charge of there Kamajo the way they shoot, where they give first aid, where they wound and treat them and then waiting self. No so that mean Kwadi Tobo na anti-corruption was head of intelligence by Kamajo business. Nobody's gonna recruit me. Nobody's gonna recruit Ponga into that agenda. It doesn't matter how my uncle thinks. It doesn't matter. No so Keke Toma them papa them. Now they don't wreck the country. From where they're small, they begin thief. They go na bush. Then come, then get power, and Escoma Freddy say, okay, man, put outside inside the heat. He put an name in charge of central stores, medical stores. No so? You see this other way they come with. Now from Jerome, then we then our World WHO, then Brian they all don't can join the thief. They all don't can join it. And you say that them part and then they change salon a lie. I will bet you tell Jesus come. Those people cannot change Sierra Leone, I can tell you. They're all active money. They're all active money. Fode Yansaren active man. Mikailu Masaren active man. Victor Fone active man. Alpha Kane active man. Ask them, say, whose cheese, which butter will be done produce and sell when are the profit? Which businesses will be done do and profit?
Anti-government protest on the...
Oh, now get them kind of money then they. So what we need as Salon, I can bet you in a revolution. Okay? Now revolution. Now they them about them don't reach. Well, now you see that they call from interim government, and the interim government was the only path.
The high cost of living
is the only path. What did they make us go before? Maada Bio no one day see in life. Never. Do you know what it takes to put people to work? Do you know what it takes? For make sure say you find places like tomorrow they want to go work, tomorrow they want to go work, tomorrow they want to work. You know what he mean? You know what he mean? Here. When a person to go work in a factory, let's take a refrigerator factory. So today that factory make about 1,000 or 1,500. They call it ice bags, refrigerators. Tomorrow back they go make 1,500. So in 26 in 22 days or 24 6 days, because they work even on Saturdays. Now Sunday no more they're not they work. So take the 4 Sundays. So let's say even 25 for 25 days. Hey Google. 25 times 1,500.
25 times 1,500 is 37,500.
So that means every month they make 37,500 units of refrigerators. Okay? So hey Google. 37,500 times 12.
37,500 times 12 is 450,000.
So that factory they make just in refrigerators, they make about 450,000 units of refrigerators. Okay, that unit they get about 200 parts. Okay, so for every part, the ice maker, the water filter, the copper way they part the refrigerator for make the one, and they all make supplies every week, every month. Also, that 400 and something thousand units where they don't make for sale. Okay, so that's why when you go now Germany, they have a law. Now almost all the cities, all the towns. Also, no city in Germany, no town in Germany, also can have a home outside people that they live will not get refrigerator. It's a law. No city na Holland, na Belgium, na Italy, America, UK can allow you to rent a house or an apartment if you not get refrigerator on a law. Okay? So that law is tied not only for the good living standard, but it also is tied to job creation. Okay? Now you get the mayor of Freetown, Akisoya. You ask Akisoya, how does your city code, the laws that in your housing laws, go able for make sure say they provide 1 million job for people in Osadi. Also, you go now every home now the West, even China, any side developed economy day, Australia, they meet stove. No, so the refrigerator, the stove, the microwave, the dishwasher, the washer and dryer, the household appliances alone, they create millions of jobs. Also, when you see now the West, okay, them get policies where they make sure say as you begin work, when you begin get money no more, you want to go rent your own place. That's something that's something they also. You ask we educated man where they say I go study na Oxford, I go na MIT, right? The reason why make Adebayo they cost them money. The reason why make them what they cost them money, now because the education or the impact the poor people. No, so Auntie Flo, how are you, man? So somebody really greets me online right now, Flores and Auntie Florence. That's my mom's friend. One time I go salon, Hindo lot guy in small sister. So once I go salon, and then I work, I get nice job, I get motokade. So my mama send some things them with her. I go pick. He watch me, and I say, Ponga. Say, you know, me picking. He say, you very smart. He say, but you need to go Europe, may you go civilize. That moment, I was angry. Also, but because now my mama is friend, so he's a kind of a mother. So I swallowed the bitter feelings. I was like, man, me will get position at this country here. Would they put people in a jail and pull anything? And this woman they can't tell me say Mago now it's my country for Mago. So, but anyway, so that be again for influence me mama so much and me daddy also. So I can always tell her say me the genesis of me come one overseas also I want to her because I influenced me mama a lot and my mom had to influence my dad. Charles Woka. So Auntie Flo, how are you, ma? I'll go for camp post you paddy day for yesterday, you know say na MJ in bad day. I will come post waiting Masadu. might just give this aside to people. So the day before yesterday was my mom's birthday, and I asked my small sister for make a shop for the mommy, because we want to make this particular birthday, this year's birthday, reflect on our dad who don't die since 2019. So my dad, I tell my small sister and say that's our father's sweetheart. Also, so being that we Papa be there alive, he remain faithful as a good father, educate we and make sure say raise we good. So the least we can owe our dad is to maintain his legacy, and one of his legacy, greatest legacy we left, my wife. So not only our mom, but now Papa and wife. So we could focus not in birthday, not really as with mama, but as Papa and wife for this particular birthday. So I send the small sister for buy dress them and make up the mommy may look like a young woman. I will go for can post the photo the anti-flow. If you see Massa makeup, you sister. What I say look like 32-year-old lady. I say Massa, I will go paint the mommy this kind of way. He said not to you say make it look young. So if Papa be there alive, he go want her more. So I can share that phone. They probably tomorrow because Saturday actually then they celebrate in birthday. You understand? So I get it for today, man. You know, I will post them actually. So me come on America, I want to anti-flow. You know. So one party gets the 90s. That's so this year I make mama 70 years old. Now 70-year-old woman. I mean small sister go there so. Now I go there so. You know, so send the photo that you know. This is not the other photo this way send. So I'll share that story there. So I said we'll go where the African the expert the mommy. You know, so at least you looks well anyway. So anti-flow. I'm so grateful, okay? Yeah. So Charles, you asked for bar association. Bar association, it's not really too important. It shows the pathway we continue don't take. Also, it shows if I waiting to happen at salon, people don't understand. Now that student politics will play in a college. Now man don't come with na downtown. Okay? So we get my generation, they're so childish. They remain for grow in life. When you come here, okay, say for example, the person who mentor me, a medical doctor, okay, he has his own company. All the talk about data management, no so as society they grow, then small towns, them population they grow, then they build health centers then for them also. So if they get minor surgery, na that me your mentor. Okay? Na be me bishop. Halam. Na me your mentor. Na me age mate, but a mentor me. Also. So we do clean, he gets your own company. Either he goes to them places, then they go do surgery or he send your own them. No so. Same age group. We don't brother them. Now red clothes that they wear, they don't come out college is over 19 years now. No so. Oradika. What come I say. So now they don't go around Maada Bio, status quo, liberals. Now they don't go around Maada Bio, now they don't hijack pauper. They say, Ora taking over. Now say no go for happen. I say no go for happen. Even my small cousin we are posted for come alive. Where he say he expect say I don't be president by now. I say the society complex. No so now I tell her. I say, you know, say all the money with the Maada Bio from the Singapore there, when a speaker, Siba there, I say, na me bobo there. That agenda no get for work for salon. No, so most of the things that they won't do it when I'm around. And it's not gonna happen. Because the same job they do, na Fube College, the Southeastern of them, we na stone with the stone them. We dey tell what any side where they see that they misbehave, we stone them by Mahmoud and group. No, so Sheriff we can write for an Escoma and secretary. Now what do they call it? So now we on generation. So no, so that's what you seen it play out. So by Mahmoud and what you see, so then now cost them be the cost of Mama them. If by Mahmoud then send them Bobo them, then go cost Mami cost all day. Usai we residences then they now the blocks them. You will see that person they come on in window. A halada mende guy name. It cost him Mama better. That's what you see. That's what you see it play in the national politics. No, so you just see by Mahmoud them every day. Then inside them young bobo they will come up from the north. Every day, Maada Bio mama.
We miss you, but I go
Papa una mama de una mama de una yo mama de then cost mommy cost. What you your brother they do? That's how we call politics also. They go take like brother they when amended the kamajo there. Also they put their hood become a person recognize their faces. Then they give them Sujama uniform or OSD uniform, give them gun. How are you going to run a nation like that? How are you going to be on that path and build factories? How are you going to be on that path and build highways? How are you going to be on that path and build good hospitals? How are you going to be on that path and run an efficient economy? No, so when you dinner with my country, go Australia any side. You don't want to see police them. Then they pass na shopping center, then they go no more so, then they pass. No, you know why they need one. Pass if they go a park quiet na one corner. Then they park usai all my they see them all. Then just they park na one corner. Also, the surveillance waiting they happen. Because how the economy flows. You want that person where they walk na that shopping center. For grab na money, go walk without feeling intimidated, but at the same time feeling secured. That go there, nobody no get for couch gun and can't shoot and ask her for the money we don't sell for the day. Not so. But at the same time, you don't want for where they go walk and afraid. Say somebody go come, can't jog in phone in hand. When then any shopping center where you see, any business place where you see, either somebody they go provide services or something where they don't manufacture, nine then they sell at that place there. Either na wine they don't produce, either na beer they don't produce, because they need for sale. One, for make them sell, make them make another order. Two, they don't already spend money for the production also for produce that particular item there or goods. Therefore, it has to sell so the money can be repatriated to the producer for make sure say it pay in suppliers and employees them. So it's a chain. And you don't want that chain to be obstructed. If you go to Freetown, an armored car in the streets, so Germany hold gun, so that tells you this economy is dead. Now in that bobo, Siba, and they don't go bring SpaceX as alone. I said, look at this nonsense, stupid bobo. Just because he's fortunate in life, who don't forget college and go get a job na United UN, and they make some $15,000. So he thinks anything he tells with brother the way they left in a classroom where they teach, or where they work in the Ministry of Agriculture or Ministry of Internal Affairs, where some 10 million euros then they pay them per month. 10 million euros, which is about about $400 or $350. No, so for the entire month. So he thinks he's the holy Messiah. You know, when they go, Maada Bio go na Korea, and when they go, they meet investors, then they come with SpaceX na this country. Now SpaceX na people in problem as alone. That mommy they pass, you know, get job na street. That young girl will all start primary school, secondary school, will not be go far. A day they wear hala. Kamba na ya o kamba ishimi na ya. No so. Original perfume 5,000 euros. Which original perfume did they sell 5,000 euros? So they are struggling. And you are telling me you don't have any packaging factory company in a salon. No packaging company not in a salon. No card box. You said they make boxes not in a salon. So what does that tell anybody who comes into town? This economy is dead. You are not producing anything. If you don't have a packaging company in a salon, you don't get a cardboard factory, Siba. It means your economy is dead. That your SpaceX business where they went and talk about is garbage. It's garbage, you know so. And I tell the people, I can tell APC, and I can tell some of my few men in party there. I say, hey, na me fit me brother there. Because me, they put you who side you supposed for there. Because you cannot tell me you are intelligent than me. No, you cannot say that. You cannot tell me you've made it in life past Ponga. No, you can't say that. How you make a you they employ you? I mean they give people a job. As I say, they talk to, they are making money from me every hour. So I can tell Siba, say, get out of that seat there. What you are saying is nonsense. Okay? Try to go say come on na Pujon district. Jimmy Bagbo. Victor Fu say that they mama cupboard. So the people in Jimmy Bagbo, Siba, that SpaceX not them problem. Or they need a factory who say that they make tomato ketchup. Or they need a factory who say that they make furniture. No so. Or they need a factory who say that they make refrigerator. Or they need a factory who say that they make shoes. Or they need a factory who say that they make bulb. No so. Or they need a factory who say that they make them clothes there. And you are going to see this door where they don't justify. They only fry Maada Bio in stupidity. Well, in stupid well. No so. And we want SpaceX. Which SpaceX with so that's why we get an interim government. I be don't tell one and also now the part will take so. I say APC not good for salon, SLPP not good for salon. Anybody will tell you say APC mean well na salon, tell us say na tribalist. Okay? Say instead it just tell like Maada Bio then na the all day na the team Limbal northern version of Maada Bio. Now they believe in APC. Anybody where APC they dance. You understand eh? Now the Timini version of with SLPP mama then waking wear green polo and SLPP which is the way they dance. They honor mean well. Now they're picking and they thief na government. Now they're picking and their boyfriend and their husband and they thief salon money. You not tell and say so I see. This is our economy without you ask them say okay Sikatimu. That dance all we don't set where they dance so. Your family owes na Pujon.
Don't even.
Your family land na Pujon. Do you have the title, legal title ready? Do you have an address for that land? Do you have an address, a location of that house? Inside that house they day. That means that family house cannot be used as a collateral for any loan, for any investment. So that family have an asset. No, so, but that asset instead of it be an asset where they're able to bring liquidity, money or opportunity, it did it as a liability. Because the house they depreciate every year. Sunday one the zinc. So if when they come it pour, the house they begin leak. No so. So it's a liability. And they can't even get nothing from the house. You go na Kisi Road. The houses where they pay them bills on a 3-story of garage, 4-story of garage. No so. You go there, they see that all the place dirty. Because the picking and where the bad and born and not get jobs, so they don't even can't take money for paints and papa they host them. So that tells you that economy is dead. That tells you the current generation cannot do what the previous generation achieved. Because the previous generation, that part, probably didn't even go to university, was able to build a 4-story building. And none of the kids can afford a 10-gallon paint for painting their house. So what does that tell you? The previous generation was better than the current one. And you are telling me we're on the right path? Garbage. Garbage. No, so garbage. So what we need now from all get rid of SLPP and APC. Okay. The next part of which I want to talk. Why I talk about the Americans. No, so I say I don't run out of my willingness. I don't exhaust my willingness for continuing this path. Okay? So the reason why when I chose this path, okay, I don't repeatedly say at the age 9 when my papa put me in this path. So all this while, now for build my relationship with the Americans. They're doing it. In fact, now for me sake make America don't pull interest and chest per salon business. But it's slow. It's slow, the process slow. And I'm running, I got that thing I want to do with my life. America need we, Africa, they need we, the West need we. Okay? In 1976, then get the Mao Revolution. Mao died in 1976. And then there was a civil war. There was a struggle for 2 years. Okay? Then we get a leader in China where they call Mao Zedong. We caused the revolution. Okay? Because this now be a Cold War in those days. It started just after colonialism end, after Second World War. What they say after not colonialism, after Second World War. Also, hey Google, what were the consequences of the Mao Revolution in China?
On the website Britannica.com, they say, the result was bureaucratic timidity. In addition, with the death of Mao and the end of the Cultural Revolution, nearly 3 million CCP members and other citizens awaited reinstatement after having been wrongfully purged.
Okay. So when Mao died, this China owner they see so. Okay, the building of China started from 1980-81. 1976, now Mao died. Hey Google, when did Mao Zedong die?
Mao Zedong died on September 9th, 1976.
Okay. 1976, I died. For 2 years, they beget civil war. They beget the nationalist them and the revolutionalist them. So the leader will win, will emerge, now be Deng Xiaoping. Deng Xiaoping. Okay? When Deng win, he established, hey Google, now 1978. Hey Google, when did Deng Xiaoping become leader of China?
I don't know, but I found these results on search.
Hey Google, when did Deng Xiaoping become leader of China?
According to Wikipedia, Deng Xiaoping, Chinese, Deng Xiaoping, the 22nd of August 1904 to the 19th of February 1997, was a Chinese revolutionary and statesman who served as the paramount leader of the People's Republic of China, PRC, from December 1978 to November 1989.
Okay. So 1976, Mao died. Then get a civil war, power struggle for 2 years. Then emerge as leader 1978. Okay. 9 Singapore, where you see so the founding father of Singapore. 9 Lee Kuan Yew. So if you watch na Facebook, you see what I can call myself the African Lee Kuan Yew, the Lee Kuan Yew of Africa. Okay. Now what Lee Kuan Yew do for Southeast Asia is the same thing I want to do for Africa. So all this while, I'm sure the Americans are going to listen. And the American ambassador, they understand Creole small, and that's what they talk with the British High Commissioner. Well, what I don't know with the American side, the Chinese, how they evolve, they all can't talk about Britain, about rights today, but the empire, what to make British Empire became the most profitable institution in the world. And after Second World War, how that empire crumbled during the Second World War and why America instigated Second World War and the steps them way America take for lead. Okay, I'll talk about even 1956, how America instigates Abdel Nasser for make the Suez Canal, block the Suez Canal, and then Lebanon, Syria, the oil pipe where they come out from Iraq, Iran, take for Canada, the Mediterranean, then destroy them. Also, I will explain all of that to the work to the British side. They need we, and we need them. No other group, geopolitical group, not the way Africa need reach the West. And no geopolitical group not there where the West need like Africa. But when I explain China, who side China come out, and the next one and I'll explain who side them there, and how the Chinese are a threat to the West. And how Africa is the only way you can checkmate China and Russia. They can do anything where they want to do, except they go get for facts. If they don't go that path where they explain it, then they go for fight. And that fight gonna be too disastrous. Either we lose the entire world or then wipe out the entire China. Not so? And that's what I don't want. And even before that, like how that war in the Far East, take Canada, the Arab, we save the seeds, they don't begin to sow the seeds, we go germinate, the time where they reach 8 years. The next 30 years, they don't begin plant seed. Okay? Where just like how then they fight, when they fight na Syria, whether they fight na Ukraine, when they fight na Georgia, Tbilisi, where Putin move in troop them into Georgia also. Now the same way they don't begin put the foundation. So if you watch Africa, I really don't want to go into that yet. You see say from Sudan, all the country they where they cut where they between we and the Sahel, where the Arabs they now military regimes they don't come. Take Guinea. Now make the British then afraid. Where they be don't foresee the same they can station Ecomog troop na Salon. Also. So you watch, they don't cut that line, they don't cut her. There is a reason. And I want the presidency because I can guide the other African leaders. A path will not forsake. A road not to be taken. A road not to be taken. So China, 1978, Deng Xiaoping become president. Lee Kuan Yew become president, leader of Singapore, 1963. 1963, we become president of Singapore. Singapore, the entire Singapore, now like we say Freetown to mile 38. That's the entire Singapore. So Singapore, they at the foot of Malaysia. So then get other island there, Bruno, Sarawak. So they began for team them becoming too small for take care of themselves. This was 1963. Population is nothing. Not like now where the population don't grow, the economy don't grow. No, so in those days, nothing. So they get what they call the Malay Federation. They put that together in 1963. It wasn't working well. 1964, Lee Kuan Yew. That China, then they part the Cultural Revolution business. Mao Zedong still in power. Mao Zedong in power now. So 64, now he come na Africa. He spent 35 days. Just Google, how long did Lee Kuan Yew visit Africa in 1964? 35 days that man lay out of his country. When he came, Africa countries, they don't begin getting independence. What do you mean they do? They call money cost, they call sweet man, and they call British people. And also, man them way they don't be pay school fees, so now British education they get. The Kwame Nkrumah now American education they get. No, so they didn't even understand where the war was coming from. No, so 1956, 1 year before Ghana they get independence, Abdul Nasser don't block the Suez Canal, we make oil not be they come again at Europe. We cause one of the greatest inflation in that era. Also, we literally crumbled the European economies then. So imagine the greatest enemies of the West in those days were the Arabs. And then Ghana gets independence. Ghana get independent 1957, 1 year after. No, so then they go join the Arabs. Hey, Mas. Mas. Yeah, see, for the when they call me on a group, are they live? But me for they don't talk.
I make mistake, maybe something I make in the call back.
Okay, I want to know what you plan for Saturday because for they say that tomorrow when they go na host one. And if you say that to you, then they come.
No. When they go to them.
Okay, so let me know waiting at the plan. I'll call you or tomorrow we'll talk.
Okay, so I know yeah.
Yeah, me and don't talk. So now for make able explain. Make a small video no why and Papa me talk because the whole bad day now for center about Papa no more say now Papa and wife. Okay. Yeah, but I'll call you, eh?
Okay.
Okay, love you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Lee Kuan Yew come na Africa. Jomo Kenyatta gave him a $5 million in those days. Say, I know one for the part of which you want for do for make you bring we together with the West. There are people are now enemy there. They don't come now, they don't take we now Mount Kenya, they don't take plenty of land, they want to land again. Also, so they were tied by the anger. Also, so that caused so much mistrust between Africa and the West. And the guy returned after 35 days in Africa, 1964. When he went back, he decided to take the destiny of his country into his hand. Just like we I say, salon, I put on my hand. And with an iron fist, I will fix them. And they put this, them nobody already go, they still get for the part of the system. But now me they in charge as the custodian. And what I tell you say they go do this, be lie. Like I Islam, the Okintoko small, be lie tala they go do. Well, lie tala they go do, if that's how you put it. You did what? Maada Bio a nonsense guy. This guy returned 1965. He was removed from the Malay Federation. So Singapore, the Malay Federation ended in 1965. Lasted between 1963 to 1965. So it decided for side with the Americans, the West. Today, you see who side Singapore. One bank, DBS Bank, when are the largest Singaporean bank, currently get an annual income of close to $15 billion. One bank. That means this bank get $15 billion for finance ideas into businesses, for grow existing businesses, and also for build. If you begin McDonald's now, McDonald's want for build about 2,000 or 1,000 outlets. That means say now 1,000 construction jobs sites them. That means say the frying equipment and when they use for make the burger or the chicken. That means say now a whole 1,000 units somebody get for manufacture and go install. The refrigerating system, that's about 1,000 units somebody get for manufacture and install. Also the baking system, that means that 1,000 units the person get for able for manufacture go install. Also that means say they get for able to get a whole plant when an hatchery for make sure say then do chicken and way they lay eggs so that people can go able for get the egg in the morning. Also so here, if you're going to Mason, which is about 2 hours away from me, Cargill get a plant in Mason City. Hey Google, what is the address of Cargill plant in Mason City, Iowa?
Here it is, Cargill Kitchen Solutions.
Also, so Cargill, the plant where they did, na fall and no more than the art. What did they do with the eggs? Now they supply them fast food restaurants then. So that entire plant exists because people wake up in the morning and eat egg as breakfast. 1965, Kenya will give $5 million to Singapore. The biggest bank in Kenya doesn't have $3 billion. Why? Because they took a road they shouldn't have taken. So Lee Kuan Yew pass, try for fix. He couldn't get any better. Because all the country them where they around, where if we're able for do business with, they were all in turmoil. So now you can say, if you neighbor the host, if you get a restaurant and you neighbor the host, all catch fire force come in. No, so would you have customers come into your restaurant? No. Would you be doing business? No. So you know, even they in the interest of many people, for many people remain poor. You know, they in the interest of Sierra Leone, for men Liberia remain poor. No, so let alone is it in the interest of Africa for make Europe remain poor? No. And at the same time, they tell the West, it is not in the interest of the West for make Africa remain poor. No, so 1968, when Deng emerged as the leader of China, that was when Lee Kuan Yew traveled to him and say, hey, these are the benefits of capitalism. avoid this communist idea because capitalism, they incentivize people to go to work because private ownership, because I own this watch. No, so I take care of it. Because I own my car, I take care of it. If my car get problem and another person go fix it, if it's I will care. So the economy runs better when you get private ownership. So Lee Kuan Yew took his time to educate Deng Xiaoping. Okay? So Shanghai, when you see, so now be the first region them, they say, okay, instead of we do this your idea with the West all over, so why don't we get one region for Saudi trial? And then when we don't see the result, then we spread on another region. So how do we go about it? So because Lee Kuan Yew don't develop relationship with the West, 1943-44, the Japanese they capture and in the Second World War. Because the Japanese overran China and Singapore. Now after the atomic bomb, they don't hit Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Japan will not be the source of technology for the war on the side of Hitler. Gave up. So the British forces will come. When they take over Singapore, there was a little boy who was amongst the captives when I called Lee Kuan Yew. He was sent to Oxford for go to school. So he had a British education. So he knew the British better, right? And that's what now that me papa always try for do for me. Me papa always know, say anybody with me papa teach, you ask any side, throughout me student, and one day, was it yesterday or day before yesterday, somebody they want meet online. Now I say, you na pamano in Piki. Now I say yes. Now I say yes. He say, you papa me they talk about you almost every day now with class. Because my dad knew who he was raising. So he was always proud of me. Even when they say, Papa, this not mean difficult. I said, okay, you've just gone to America. Also, they don't know you. So you're going to be treated like a stranger. So just stay and develop your relationship. The more they know you, the more they will appreciate who you are, and the more when I go for develop. Then all the thing why I don't teach you in life, all the agenda you don't talk, they not garden, the worker, who sit on our hoes, right? All day together, the things that they talk about the world, global politics. He say, then you get the opportunity now for make you enjoy like how Lee Kuan Yew we don't develop in relationship with the West. Also, so Lee Kuan Yew began for meet Kissinger. Kissinger was the Secretary of State, like where you get Anthony Blinken right now. So then puts together a trip for Deng Xiaoping can work in America. So he came to America in 1979 towards the end of the year. If I be there now until Christmas was it after Christmas? Then from here, now I go visit. That time Margaret Thatcher and I be there na power. Then I go visit Margaret Thatcher na England. So then put together. The year where it come, now the year they remove the Iranian leader where he gets the Iranian revolution. 1979. Would that be there na power that 10 day 1979 na Jimmy Carter. So the economy be even bad in America. Say it give what you call the crisis of confidence speech on July 15th, 1979. I used to sabi all the words, word for word, right the secondary school of the crisis of confidence speech. Hey Google, what was Jimmy Carter's crisis of confidence speech about?
I don't know, but I found these results on search.
Hey Google, play Crisis of Confidence speech by Jimmy Carter, 1979.
Playing Crisis of Confidence speech by Jimmy Carter 1979 on YouTube.
Good evening. This is a special night for me. Exactly 3 years ago, on July 15th, 1976, I accepted the nomination from my party to run for President of the United States. I promised you a president who is not isolated from the people.
So that's when Jimmy Carter and I make he lost the election. So the very year 1979, the Iranian Revolution take place. What were the mindset of we African leaders by then? And then you understand how they missed it. So in one CV apply, they're going to say, the SLPP car with the first car with one party proposal. That's alone. Waiting at this pioneer 40 years and even last week where they talk about SLPP APC, how 1979 SLPP come with for one party system. One party system was an American policy during the Cold War by Eisenhower. And foreign secretary by then, Eisenhower in foreign secretary, now be the Dulles brothers. Now the the two brothers, the one I be the Secretary of State, and then the other one I be the head of the CIA. We now then after the name Dulles International Airport. So 1979, the American economy is bad. In 1979, they removed the Iranian Razapak. They don't remove her. Because now the British, they remove in Papa, bring and come into power. In the 50s. They bring and come into power. Then remove in Papa, I think in Papa and Uncle, then bring and come into power. Also, he was a friend. They turned him back by the West. They removed him. So when I'm telling America, they've delayed in the removal of Maada Bio, I know what I'm talking about. Something and I'm not going to explain because I really don't want people to appreciate how deep my knowledge is. So sometimes I can even pretend like I'm a novice, like I'm ignorant. Because when people know, say you too know what you know, then go let you, but at a point, they'll get to a point, then go afraid you. Then go fear you. Because they know, say, you're deep and you can take, you know the options the way you always take. So all this while, I even post and say, all the things I don't go through, not because I don't get other options, but because it is required of me for my wait for make the relationship mature. And I'm telling the American ambassador today that willingness I don't exhaust them. I get all the pathway I want for choose. I get picking and where and me bring and come. And me for day side and then now for able for shape their worldview. When they were kids, I can manage them from afar. And I don't want them to live in America at that age. So that means I have to do what I want for do. So I tell the Americans and say, I am at that patience day, I really no want for, like, I get all that thing they want for do with my life. So the American ambassador, so that delay, they delay. That nonsense, that's all what they do, want for do business with Maada Bio. Maada Bio is all nonsense, man. I'm looking at the bigger picture. If we fix the relationship, it's a glorious one. Anyway, my fast track this, how things up. Is end up be don't come. That was when they begin. So what did they do? Simple. Okay? In fact, then they further weaken the British economy. Okay? So they decided to create like a ladder, a level of standard of living. So the West so the system where they build, okay, get a higher living standard. Okay? And then you need a currency because you get for able for create wealthy people. Also, There is a scripture when my papa teach me in the Book of Mormon. Doctrine and Covenant. We LDS doctrine. Doctrine and Covenant 59, 8 going to 9. He said, yea, a supper shall be well prepared, unto which all nations shall be invited. Also, that the Savior will invite all nations for come to a supper. But that supper, who that they come first? The rich and the land. The one that will get money and the one that will land book. After them, the wise and the noble. And then cometh my day when the poor, the blind, the this, the that, they all will come into the feast of the bridegroom. So that feast, in every society, the rich and the land are in come first. And if the rich for exist, because now the rich, they give their substance to the poor. Now then the rich, now then they create the investment, the land, now then they manage the investment, and then they create opportunities for who that is. The poor, the blind, everybody. No, so every economy. So that means you're gonna have a monetary system. So if the British ambassador they listen, so the system they built needed a monetary system. So that means they needed currencies. So that means you therefore able to get a currency so you store your wealth. So the British currency became the beacon as a store of wealth. So that means when you get money, you prefer for keep that money in the British pound sterling. Okay? So what did they do? Britain gets 14 overseas territories. 7 of those, now they make as tax havens. So all that Panama papers, so be all them tax evasion also, because that is the web they built to hide and keep wealth. So that's why the British currency has been very stable all this while. So which in itself created an underlying problem when I need to go through today, which is what Britain is facing. Okay? Right? Forget about chief minister, he's a fool, man. They talk about me na global politics, me they talk about. You understand? I don't tell when I say me no they use me money. The money I make is for my kids. It's not for go pull SLPP polo go where parema me na busho. Them are kids man and can pull and I don't know. I am not doing that. I'm not doing that. Me and chief minister, any say I will beat up a campaign. If I want to run against him, I beat up. I'll beat her. Who say me? Who say waiting me? No, waiting. I don't learn in America. No university, not for so the teacher. Because it's not. It's you can't get the experience from one place coherently. One experience. No. But anyway. So that currency, where they create and how they create it, it's good. But other things then we don't do. We are not talking now. I mean knowledge where Britain need for do. So what happen now? Britain they use pound sterling. Do you know how much is £1 in Uganda? Do you know how much is £1 sterling in Sierra Leone? Do you know how much is £1 sterling in Nigeria? So a £10 in the UK we're going to get you probably 2 tubes of toothpaste. It's a fortune for somebody in Liberia. It's a fortune for somebody in Uganda. It's a fortune in somebody in Malawi. It's a fortune in somebody in Central African Republic. So that means competitively, the UK has kicked themselves out of the competition in these markets. So you know we'll get made in England product being sold to Sierra Leone. Made in England product sold in Malawi. Because if a toothpaste in the UK is about £4. Also, hey Google, how much is 4 British pounds in Malawi?
4 pounds equals 8,780 Malawian kwaches and 40 timbalas.
Okay, 8,780 Malawian kwacha. That's a fortune in Malawi. Hey Google, how much is 4 British pounds in Sierra Leone?
4 pounds equals 117,964 Sierra Leonean leones.
So imagine you're telling somebody in Freetown to buy one toothpaste tube, 117,000 euros. So that means Sierra Leone is not a market. So when they bring all these immigrants the way they come without education, without skills, so pass you put them to manual labor. And the manual labor, you cannot manufacture anything in London and sell to certain markets. Also, 2/3 of the world market, British goods, not to market for them. Not that the people do not want British goods, but they cannot afford because of the currency exchange rates. So what should they do? It didn't have this brain. And they tell you, British High Commissioner, and they tell you, I'm not going to tell you. Okay? So when I tell you, go remove Maada Bio, and you think I'm joking, okay? There are things you can do. So that is why Britain not to accommodate immigrants in that kind of way. Okay? I don't even want to tell you the differences between the British economy and the American economy, and why American economy be able to forget accommodate migrants there. No, so the one of the things I don't like Donald Trump. I like him, but some parts he's myopic. Anytime when people they talk about immigrants there, I say, what the hell? Why are you using your narrow-mindedness, your ability to think out of the box, and you want an opportunity you want to paint as a disaster? There is an economy which is the economy of migrants. Not so? Because that brings diverse talent, diverse skills into your workforce, different perspectives, different background, where they enrich your thinking process. Also, where a migrant, an immigrant always gets 2 expenses, whereas the residents get only 1 expense, which is everything we got to do within that economy. So an immigrant in London, in the UK, or an immigrant in Germany, Australia, has to work to pay all the bills everybody pays within the economy, and has to work extra to have a future from where they come from. Also, so that means that immigrant works harder on an average than the normal person within your economy. And the more people work, the more money you make from their income tax. The more people work, the more income they have to spend. And each expenses comes with a sales tax, transactional tax, not so? So that means the more immigrants, the more purchases, the more incidences for make you collect tax. Where did I buy this shirt? Na salon I buy. I bought it here. This watch, bought here. So buying this watch, I threw some $3 into the American economy. Buying this shirt, I threw some few dollars into the American economy as tax. So what the heck are you telling me? Anyway, so let's move forward. Also, so all that structure we see now, China, now the West. Okay? So let me come now to America and Britain and the West. Let them understand this. So with the advent of the internet, everybody has been connected, so awareness on the, So the data connection, consumption demand going up means everybody wants mobile phones. So that's why you find out, say, Nokia, they make plenty money. You find out Apple, they make plenty money. Some of the big companies around the world right now, the one that way they are the phone industry. Also, the computer, iPad, also connectivity. That's one consumption we don't go up, demand we don't go skyrocket. So the impact of that is everybody want to connect. So with social media, WhatsApp, everybody want to look nice. Everyone want the best things. And now they don't know what's in there out there. When I was growing up, we only see people in the villages. Also, during Christmas. During the year, right around the year, you hardly see any villager in town. Except for family problems. Then come na big town. When we were growing up, in fact, when they come, they don't even reach na the town. They stop na the outskirts of the town. Then other mammy then they go na morning, go buy then wood, then plazas, then they come with her into town. Also, now you only see them during Christmas where they don't harvest, they don't sell. For men they come buy what they buy, then buy Vaseline and all that 1-2 clothes for the picky, then 1-2 shoes, then go back. Where they go, then Amal Tijan Kanabe there where they play their bubu song, that they go village to village, they put money in their hand and make them show them. They see Lasana sheriff them back, they make show them at the schools the way they get in town or the town hall there, or then go build a place, then put a stage, then build, come with sets, put generator, right? That was what we were in the Sierra Leone context. Okay? And that's what the world was. Right around also. So now, with the advent of the internet, everybody don't stay connected. Villagers, them they all sabi how for send voice notes now on WhatsApp. Everybody want to work close. So that means global demand for consumption, and the increase, they don't reach a peak like never before in the world. So who fulfills those demands, those orders, those desires? Whether they manufacture them for all the one the way they compete with for produce, whether now na refrigerator, whether now na hose, whether now na clothes, whether now na mobile phone, whatever you are consuming around the world, when this don't go up. No, so you go na India, it's the same. You see the Indian and now you see na social media, everybody they come, the community they gather, everybody. When community they gather, nobody want to wear a dirty shirt. Everybody therefore wear nice clothes, come no so that means the demand for wear and live a better life, they increase. So there are people who fulfill those demands, whether at the local level, whether at an international trade level, So when Korea, they invite Maada Bio, they go there. Why? Because Korea wants to satisfy the most of the, as far as they're concerned, as far as it's possible, as far as they have the capacity for fulfill that demand. The demand for gas, the demand for electricity, the demand for good housing, the demand for energy. So Korea don't see the opportunity. So they self want for fulfill then demand and they part of that demand. Because the more you fulfill the global demand, the more money they come to you because somebody's gonna leave Sierra Leone. So with currency, if you can make purchases in Korea, somebody's gonna leave Accra, Ghana. Every day they go to China for go buy goods there because now they need for prepare manufacture for prepare and satisfy the demand in Ghana. So who satisfies this demand the most? China. So that is the secret and the rise of China. So when we were growing up, you see more of Chinese radio. So when we were growing up, you see more of Chinese stuff. Now, all over the place. So when China comes in, they're coming to fulfill your demand for good roads. So which machine they come with? They're coming with machines that they don't manufacture. Now them plants them in China. They don't assemble them. Like where Maada Bio, you see that ship where come then they are there, equipment all way there at the ship also. So they are coming to satisfy our demand for rope. And what's gonna happen? We're gonna ship mineral and wealth to China in exchange for that service. So what happens to the Chinese economy? It goes up. The more people they put to work, the more income they have, the more their businesses become bigger, right? So where is America? Where is Britain? So what should they do? I won't tell them. Go remove Maada Bio. Okay? I won't tell them here. I will not. I don't need no book for read. I don't. These are things I don't. Now, like, I stopped reading, like, effective reading, like, probably 2 years ago. But I had the foundation from childhood. So as everything they play out, I see it every day. I see the president in Ghana struggling. I see the Nigerian president struggling. I say, oh, ignorance is a disease. I see the Kenyan president. They cause every day for problems he can easily fix. Also, so why do I say, I won't tell them, but why do I say America needs us, West need us, and why we need the West? Okay? So the West is not our competitor. Anybody tell you say we are competing with the West, tell them say no. We are looking for different things in life, and therefore we know they compete for nothing. They are searching for shoes. We are searching for a bottle of water. Are we competing? No, we're not competing. So even the shoes, I don't need a shoe. No, so, but they need the shoes. So they can take all the shoes as far as I'm concerned. They're not looking for water. So we're not competing for nothing. Whoever tells you Africa is competing with the West, tell us in a lie. Who are we competing with? Who is milking us? Not China. Okay? Russia is not really much of a threat. Russia is just this big guy who thinks as things play out, no so, and not go stand by. As far as Africa concerned, okay? Russia is only a threat as far as the West is concerned when they want to push their interest beyond the border of Russia. Because in the late 80s and early 90s, then collapsed the Soviet Union, the Russian Empire. Okay? So Nicholas Ceausescu, they're all 1978, when they removed our power, all that one and day. So that's the only thing when at the threat where Russia they pose to the West. Okay? But outside, Russia is no threat. Russia not that big boy no more. We feel say if the bullying they take place, instead forget your court. That's how I see Russia. Russia enters is more of a threat to NATO. Okay? The European economies, because then they're the Far East. Excluding that, I don't see Russia as a threat to America, Britain, no man. It can be contained. And what do? I'm not going to tell them most of the things they know. So what they see, our America get interest in Salon, I say, that's a chicken change investment, man. I'm talking about how do we put Nigeria on the table? We put Malawi on the table. We put Kenya on the table. We put South Africa on the table. We bring all of the sub-Saharan countries on the table. Do you know what investment? That relationship, it goes so sweet. It goes so sweet. It goes so sweet. So what America needs to do, might just give them small number. Okay? So how they need we? So what they need is for diversify, okay, the sources where they satisfy the global demand. Okay? So instead of this guy fulfill 80% of the global demand, that means 80% of global demand, if this man they satisfy, that means that more people they put to work. And more people to work means the more they prosper, the more tax money for the Chinese economy. So that's why in the last 20 years, hey Google, what was the GDP of China in 1980?
306.2 billion United States dollars, 1980.
Yeah. 1980, then we did 306 billion. Hey Google, what was the GDP of America in 1980?
2.857 trillion United States dollars, 1980.
Then we did in almost $3 trillion. Somebody did in billion. The 857 billion when they don't pay the $2 trillion. China no be gets that themselves. How did China rise to $17 trillion from 1980 to now? Somebody come out, hey Google, from 306 billion. Hey Google, $2.9 trillion divided by 3 billion.
The answer is approximately 966.67.
Hey Google, $2.9 trillion divided by 306 billion.
The answer is approximately 9.48.
So that means the American economy was 90 times, 90 times bigger than the Chinese economy in 1980. Hey Google, what is the GDP of China right now?
On the website Statista.com, they say, Gross Domestic Product of China 1985 to 2029. In 2023, the gross domestic product of China amounted to around 17.7 trillion US dollars. In comparison to the GDP of the other BRIC countries India, Russia and Brazil, China came first that year and second in the world GDP ranking.
Okay. So now they are $17 trillion. Where from 300 billion to 17 trillion? How did it come about? Okay. It came about from every Chinese product where you get so you use. Whoever ever used the Chinese product contributed to that $17.7 trillion. Hey Google, what is the GDP of America?
In 2022, the nominal GDP for the United States of America was $25,439,700,000,000, according to World Development Indicators.
So, America is about $6.6 trillion ahead of China. Also, and how America able to make sure this? They make sure see the per capita income of people that live in America are always high. So if I make $300 and something $1,000 per year, do you know how much of them Chinese they take for which they make per year? It takes about 20 Chinese. But there are more people lifted out of poverty in China than the US. Also, and I'm telling the Americans this. So when I see sometimes Americans thinking inward, also British people beginning to think inward, you're losing out. It's like closing your gate. When you close your gate, you're not only closing for opportunities to go out, but also closing for opportunities to come in. And if you have global population is about 6 to 7 billion people, and you have a population about 350 million, okay? So that's one of the now some of the downside of Donald Trump than what they show you so. And I make the removal. Because he's thinking inward. And they should be thinking outward. Because with almost 6-point-something billion people around the world, and then you close your gate, that means you have over 6 billion people out there you are missing on. And when you miss on them, China comes in. Half of the global shoe consumption at China is satisfied. Go now, we market them, see the Chinese slippers the way they sell. The Chinese close them. Come to America, go now Walmart, see the Chinese things the way they sell them. Also, see the Chinese things the way they sell them. So every item you buy at Walmart, every Chinese item you buy in Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Malawi, all of sub-Saharan Africa, a part of that money goes back to China. What did I say? A part of that money goes back to China. So you get goods, they get your minerals and your money. You don't get any money from China coming like country. Also, anything where they say that they can't do for you, na service that they can't produce, and a sell that they can't sell you. So, what in Britain go sell to we at this stage? Nearly nothing. Can we sell shoes to the British? Yes. Can we sell clothing to the Americans? Yes. Can we sell basic things them way China they sell Gideon? Yes. We can compete with them. Also, nine way agua. That opportunity where America give or make African countries then or less developed countries then bring goods and certain goods they can sell within this economy. You see where they ban Uganda from Amwe Museveni, they react. Agua. No so? So you watch, we're not even, nothing not the way that they pull from Kumasi, then they go sell Agwajebo. No so? Nothing not the way that they pull from Koribondo. Siba in home, most I Siba say mama come out. Where they lie. No so? Nothing not the way that they pull, the way that they go sell. Na Guinea. So no money comes from Guinea to the people of Koribondo. No money comes from Kumasi to the people of Bond. No money comes from Malawi to the people of Bond. For whatever way they for all manufacture and go sell to the Malawians. No so? So do you know if the United States diversify the sources? That's simple. You don't need they just I don't count the blessings, them the opportunities where go the inside under the keeper and how for the one. When you diversify the sources, where they satisfy, where they fulfill global consumption, that means you are reducing the amount of money that will be repatriated or will be sent to the Chinese. Also, so you don't need to fight. So waiting we need in Africa, not the West. Not the West. Waiting themselves need we for stunt distant growth, for slow down Chinese growth. You just need for, so let's say this now water, now the Chinese economy is. This is the potential they have. So the more money that comes into China fills their cup. So the money that's coming creates other competing sources. So very little they come in here because all their sources they are. They produce, they satisfy the consumption. So whoever consumes out there sends the money to the other sources. Also, so it takes time. That speed at which this cup is being filled, it is slow and done. That's just one aspect. So who is Maada Bio? America, they take time. All this delay, Maada Bio not nothing. He's nothing, America. Come on, man. I won't say I'm disappointed, but I don't reach out the space to say I really don't run out of willingness for continuing this path. I have other options we are available to me when I will talk now. So, nobody will compare me and Maada Bio. My dad will raise his head in his grave if anybody compare me, Maada Bio, or chief minister. Then no. My dad will raise his head that did he really labor for nothing, because his expectations also of me great. You see why they tell me, small sister, that I say my mom in birthday this year, it's gonna center around not as our mom but as our father's wife. Why? Because I want for make we Papa in spirit know say even in his death his kids are faithful to him. If he was alive, now in place will make sure say in wife in birthday, he buy gift, he take care of, and also so he's not alive as the oldest child, sibling. So I said, let's do that. Why? Because we owe him. I will fix that on inside 2 years. And at the interim government, I will come. So speed the right, America. Speed the right. Also, when I tell you, I say the British Prime Minister cannot fix the British economy, when I be facing a joke at a joke. No, so I say go bring stability, but he cannot fix it. It's beyond what he knows. The time my dad, they raised me in international politics, international, how the global economy. Sooner than my age mate. They tell me the whole radio. Sunak be they play. So things that they were sabi we Sunak tay die no go sabi. Tay die no go sabi. There are things I know the context he doesn't know. And I told people that his background, Sunak is just like Obama. Personally, I like the guy. Well educated, well groomed, nice family, right? Everything. Tick, 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 tick. Excellent. But what he knows, not enough for make it fix the British economy. I know I forgo America. I'm going to tell you how America, almost every big deal, maybe last week, June 12th, the Nigerians commemorated 25 years of unbroken democracy. June 12th, 1993, they hold the elections. June 14th, June 12, 9 they annulled the election. June 14th, 9 they arrest Abiola. Abiola won the elections. The day where Abiola win the elections, 2 days after he was arrested, I'll never forget, I was 13 years. That week, you know what I be right on? I used to write international news every blessed day. Then my papa they give me assignment for reading assignment or research assignment. So that week, June, around the 9th or the 8th, I don't know if 90 week start of that year, the 90 week start that period. I just that very net, the day where they arrest Abiola, where they announced on the news. That very day I was working, I was doing research on the death of what does this guy will take over? Roosevelt. Now I hand over to Eisenhower. Hey, bro, now some kind of stocky guy come up from Missouri. Hey, Google. Who succeeded Roosevelt as president in 1945?
According to Wikipedia, Harry S. Truman's tenure as the 33rd President of the United States began on April 12, 1945, upon the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and ended on January 20, 1953. He had been vice president for only 82 days when he succeeded to the presidency.
He was vice president for 82 days. He gets some husky voice. Oh, Truman. It just be don't come out from a trip. Now I don't forget the details. But I came over to tell you this scenario. I go Russia. There is that little town. It's kind of a small town. Now in Russia. Now kind of a small little a day by the sea. I used to know the name. A commodity meet with the Russian leader. A meet with the British Prime Minister. Just like when they can go to G7 conference. A return, a main banker, invest. Now, be man will be elect for do business with the small town bankers. But because Roosevelt, his predecessor, now way they deal with them big established bankers. So this guy will get chase. I be main man. So they began small retreats. So you come on Russia, they get small retreats. Now Georgia. Now Georgia. Roosevelt died. When Roosevelt died, now they Truman became president. So the deals they would be the court. Okay? Waiting for do with the Arab economy, the various countries, the oil, the banks, you know, whether they want for help for go open some small bank where they could use the bank for give them loan, you know, for support that regime. Also, those are all things I knew when I been 13 years. 13. So that is why you ask me, who is the captain for Barcelona team? I honestly don't know. Who plays number 9 for Chelsea? I have no idea. Who is the goalkeeper for Arsenal? I have no idea. But if you ask me, how did Rutherford B. Hayes become president in the 1876 elections? I will tell you. Also, how the 1876 elections, where Rutherford B. Hayes began confusion, and how he promised the southern states there for many and delegate vote. Also, I will tell you. High winner from Tilden. Hey Google. Who were the contestants in the 1876 elections? John Tilden.
On the website guides.loc.gov, they say, Rutherford B. Hayes, Republican, defeated Samuel J. Tilden, Democrat, in the controversial presidential election of 1876.
Samuel John Tilden. So I will tell you, but if you ask me, who ran at the Arsenal goalkeeper, I have no idea. I have no idea. If you ask me, would that was be his takeover from, I will tell you, a takeover from Ulysses Grant. Would that Rutherford be his handover power to? I can tell you again. Because they conduct 9 election 1880. So 1881 January 9 swear in Grover Cleveland. Hey Google. When did Grover Cleveland become president?
According to Wikipedia, Stephen Grover Cleveland, March 18, 1837 to June 24, 1908, was an American politician who served as the 22nd and 24th President of the United States from 1885 to 1889 and from 1893 to 1897. He is the only president in U.S. history to serve non-consecutive presidential terms.
1884, Rutherford B. Hayes handover. 1884 elections, 9 in the way Grover Cleveland win. Grover Cleveland now from Buffalo, New York. He becomes sheriff of the town. Now be the sheriff. Now where the courts they condemn people to death. Now they kill them. From there, because of honesty, they make him the mayor of Buffalo. From mayor of Buffalo, he became the president of America. Then he lost to Tipikenu in Grand Pekin. William Henry Harris, you want to say there was an American president who gave an inaugural speech in the snow, in the cold. So because of that, he died in 3 months. So that power died in 3 months in Grand Pekin. Then beat Grover Cleveland. Grover Cleveland won election, just like Donald Trump. He go for re-election and then beat him. Now he come back, he beat Henry Harrison. So William Henry Harrison now the grandpa. Okay, now him established that whole Indiana. Now in grandpa. So instead self they born in Papa, now Indiana, he grew up from Indiana. So now the state of Indiana he represents. He was a senator from there. He became president. He beat Grover Cleveland. Hey Google, who ran against Grover Cleveland in the second term?
I don't know, but I found these results on search.
Hey Google, who defeated Grover Cleveland in the 88 elections?
Sure, here's some helpful information.
Who defeated Grover Cleveland in the 1888 elections?
According to Wikipedia, the 1888 United States presidential election was the 26th quadrennial presidential election, held on Tuesday, November 6, 1888. Republican nominee Benjamin Harrison, a former U.S. Senator from Indiana, defeated incumbent Democratic President Grover Cleveland of New York.
So in Grandpa, the military general. So then the Indiana na be a protectorate territory. So in Grandpa be in charge. So in Grandpa na in drive the the Indians that will be there. It born Prophet Town. It defeats Tecumseh. Then the indigenous they swear America. And when they swear America, na the first president where they swear cake. They swear say any president where they elect in any year ending in 0 divisible by 20, therefore die in power. So now the first president will die. So they call it the cause of Tecumseh. Because they go and destroy their home there, so they beget the young Kamajo priest, high priest. When at Tecumseh in brother, they call it the prophet. So he burned the town, drive the day, and the prophet swear America. They call it the cause of Tippecanoe or cause of Tecumseh. Hey Google, what is the CURSE of Tippecanoe?
According to Wikipedia, the Curse of Tippecanoe is an urban legend about the deaths in office of presidents of the United States who were elected in years divisible by 20. According to the legend, Tenskwatawa, leader of Native American tribes defeated in 1811 at the Battle of Tippecanoe by a military expedition led by William Henry Harrison, had cursed the Great White Fathers.
Caused the Great White Fathers. William Henry Harrison, 9 died at the cold. In Grand Pekin, 9 beat Grover Cleveland. So these are all things I knew when I go high school, high school. Because my father wanted me to understand America, where they've come from and why they are the super leaders of the world. Okay? So that independence where you get, na Salo, na West Africa, na East Africa came about because of the Second World War. Okay? Without the Second World War, we wouldn't have had the independence the way we had it. So the Second World War was to reduce France and Britain. So that's why the Americans allowed Hitler. Okay? The bankers, now they create Hitler. The American bankers, now they create Hitler. So they allowed Hitler for overrun France, damage the British economy. Britain was in debt. So that empire, where they say empire, British Empire, okay, these are overseas territories, so they do business. So they all collapse because of the war. Okay? So that brought the end of that empire, that era. So Second World War, where they bring Hitler. Hitler was just a pawn. It was to collapse that empire, that whole business, because then the monarch, the British monarch, be the give right for many people and go do business inside, they don't colonize. So now you in charge of this, you get for pay royalty, now like tax. So all them be they come, no so ship then they come now Britain, so the whole shipyard be there, man. So that's why the British economy was what it was. So for that to collapse, the Second World War, we make Britain lost India. So because of the Second World War, Singapore, they all Britain be don't lost them all. So all decided, so they be don't lost their territory that day. So by the time they end the war, also, now they meet that the way they go meet now that Russian village in 1945, where Roosevelt returned, where he died in Georgia. Then Truman take over. So they go shape the spoils. Also, where Britain even during the war, they attack Iran. The way they can call it the Iranian something. Man, I need for they go back for go read, man. Those are things I be sabi. What's if I didn't know it, my dad would beat me. I never explain every day. So I know where America has come from. And I'm telling them now, I've taken this path because this is all I know. This is not the only option, but this is all I know. Also. So I'll tell you every economy. I might not know how to fix a mobile phone. But I can tell you and I'll show you how to create a mobile phone industry. So I'm like an architect, an economic architect. Okay? An architect will tell you and design the house for you and tell you how you plumb it for day, but you ask her, may go lay the pump, the pipe in Osadi. I go design a house, we tell you the quantity of the material you want for the roofing. But you tell us, say, brah, take the roof now, go fix it in Osadi. No, so I might not know, but I sabi how to make sure say the industries are created. That one day I will tell you, and I will create the industries. Then I say, okay, let the companies then come, they hire people and bring the expertise and make sure say it's fixed. And that is the work of the leader, the president. So Donald Trump not really is not supposed for no President Joe Biden not supposed to know how to give injection, but he can create certain policies where they make the healthcare industry the boom. Also. But you ask her for go clean pen that no sabi. So that is the job of a president. So you are the economic architect of your country. So I can watch China and tell America, okay, whether you want to go build the boats now, how many planes that way you want for go design, but I will tell you, say, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. Okay? Even me in church. Okay? Every society, what I talk about, I say every society forgets a belief system. And the best belief system we may see around the world, now they impose on the people and how they impose on Africa. Okay? We camp a religion. Yes. I make even I attend the reach and they tell and say, but man, I talk. Okay? My belief system. If the people then belief system wrong, forget it. It's gonna be wrong. A society where they tell you say everything where they do not God na matter. That's a society where not they take responsibility. That's a society where feel say God no get no responsibility in this one. Now God they make all the decisions, all the choices, and not to so God they. So because that belief system wrong, those people are gonna sit down there and blame government for nothing. And a God mark say me and Ingo part. No, not to God mark for me you and see, and not to God mark for me on a part. God not let her pass, God not let you pass my binti. That I say enough for married my binti, now you for go marry na lie. Okay? You chose certain actions, you chose to be at certain place, instead of choose for this certain side. Now Amy could meet up, you chose to respond, he chose to express interest, you agreed, now Amy could day, you did certain things that were hot times and do certain things that will hurt you. That's why you guys separated. There is no God we sit on heaven, we say, we don't meet and I don't join. Now they go mark back for more on our parts. Now lie. So it's a belief system. There is no God where they sit on heaven and make Abdullah. And Abdullah get 4 pikine. And say me Abdullah they go Guinea. He die in a boat. Now what now God mark and a lie. Not to know God marks in and they die. Okay? He chose to travel by water. And he chose to travel when the weather is not good. You know, get no weather forecast. No, so the boat will take, you know, get a floater. No, so at the end of the day, the choices he made with the existing realities of the sea caused in death. No God would sit in heaven and want those kids to be fatherless, nobody for pay their school fees. No. Okay? No. Bishop Adeboye is coming to tell you in the name of Jesus, you're going to have a job. A job has to be created. Okay? The economy has to be fixed. And then you apply for that job. You have the requisite qualification, or the company is willing to train you, and then you got a job. Yeah? God not make the world for say for carry remote control you. Anything way you for go na street, so na ain't for tell you when you for go na street. No, na make it bring we kind of this what we call mortality. For make choices. Those choices we make, we live with those consequences. Okay? My father chose my mom. No God gave my mama to my dad. Yeah? It was a decision, a conscious decision my dad made that he elect that baby there. The baby back say, elect the guy. They come together. They married. And they born Ponga. Okay? If my father didn't raise me well, no, so he consciously raised me well, educated me, and gave me a right belief system. So even his death, I can hold my family together. I will make sure, say, in where we left, she's taking care of her happy. Okay? God doesn't care whether I send $500 for me, mama, or I not feed her. God really doesn't care. Okay? It's a choice, and the choices have consequences. In principles, then they. If my mama pray for me, what happens? I get the blessing. No, so if I choose to give me mama money and make her happy and take care of her happiness, she's gonna pray for me, and the consequences of that prayer is blessing. Okay? If I choose not to do it, God doesn't really care. I'm gonna live with the consequences. God is not gonna hit and knock me head. Paddy man, go call him mama, may tell her. No, God is not gonna do it. So those belief system also that are white people, they're responsible for hunger and poverty. No white man are responsible for hunger and poverty. Okay? So in the morning, the West, the Europeans, they need cold bath. You got cold bath in your country. Just like when you serve, you wake in the morning, you need to cook, or you want food, you go to that cookery shop for go buy. It's a choice you made to go buy Mami Fatu in cookery and not Mami Sima Binti in Bagoda where they cook and sell in cassava. Okay? God doesn't care whether you eat the cassava in the morning or you eat the rest. Okay? God don't tell you, say, your body needs food. So whether you eat in the morning now or you eat in the afternoon or you eat cassava or you eat bread, God has no hand in that. So those are the belief system that needs changing along other policies. Okay? And you can take it to the heaven. I will stamp my belief system on my people. As long as it's good for them. So anyway, my left on my family. Okay? So Maada Bio is just a piece of shit. Okay? It's a piece of shit. I want America to transcribe this video a minute and listen. You know? Tina do I know what tell them all.
Well, I guess I'll leave some story, but it's everywhere wisdom blow me. Alright. by me, you show me say you ready, steady, ready. You are the one for me. I said I just let me know that you only come water. You are the one where don't make me wait butter, better. Now me and you together forever. Cause together we go stronger. Together we go last much longer. So you stand by me. Stand by me, my baby. Oh, yeah, yo. Oh, man, you stand by me. Your friends that come, so they you ain't by me. I want to put that smile on your face, put that ring on your finger, me angel. Oh, man, you stand by me. Your friends that come, so they you ain't by me. I want to put that smile on your face, put that ring on your finger, me angel. They get me and you want me. Anything we they do legally. Now we go and get shopping for you now Italy. Alright, Alexander, who's the blow? Sick you from a Canada. Problem just they come, problem not they go. So if you stand by me, Alexander, mind worry, you take by me. You show me say you ready, you steady, you ready. You are the one for me. I said I just let me know that only me and you together forever. Together we go stronger. Together we go last much longer. Stand by me. Stand by me, my baby boo. Oh, yeah, yo. Oh, man, stand by me. Your friends that talk so that you ain't by me. Hey, I want to put that smile on your face, put that ring on your finger, me angel. Oh, man, stand by me. Your friends that talk so that you ain't by me. I want to put that smile on your face, put that ring on your finger, me angel. They get me and you want me. Anything we they do legally. Now we go and get shopping for you now Italy. All you tell us to go shop where you dress properly. And you man never be the one love like the lace properly. Finally, you take me to your mommy and all the food the ring. Now you make a legend to me I'm serious. Wicked ragged special, you know to me I'm curious. Anything you want, I go give to you fresh. Up till I'm in a heart, tell you nothing. Remember the time with the passers, people and the laugh. People that talk say this love no go last. But you stand by me. Because you dare not first class, baby. The man will go make you ride C-class. Man will go match you class. As you say love fast money, you stand by me. People end up but you still stick to. How I gonna make you glad? Tell me I gonna make you happy, mommy. You know the one most pretty, baby. And the one for no. Say baby steady, bubble show. And the one for no. I said I just let you know that only come butter. You know the one where don't make me break butter, better. Now me and you together forever. Together we go stronger. Together we go last much longer. So if you stand by me, stand by me, my baby. Oh, yeah, yo. Oh, man, stand by me. Your friends that come so that you ain't by me. Hey, I want to put that smile on your face, put that ring on your finger, me angel. Oh, man, stand by me. Your friends that come so that you ain't by me. Girl, I want to put that smile on your face, put that ring on your finger, me angel. I'm always there with you, and I will always stand by you. No matter what I do, matter what they say, matter where you go, or matter where you stay. Shorty, I go always keep am true. End up giving all my love to you, and all my life, and all my love, and all my heart to you. Oh man, stand by my girl. So you ain't by me. I want to put that smile on your face, that ring on your finger, me angel. Oh man, stand by my girl. So you ain't by me. I want to put that smile on your face, that ring on your finger, me angel. Yeah. We know times are hard, you know, but we have to stand by loved ones. I mean, Salon people have to stand by.
Why now one of me guys who are like, I can't step out of the house here. God bless, okay? Bye-bye.